They say your heart never stops working for you, but after 60 it needs a little extra love from you too. If you're over 60 and worried about heart attacks, there's good news that doesn't come in a bottle or a prescription pad. It comes in the produce aisle. Yes, certain fruits, yes, simple, sweet fruits, have been quietly saving hearts across America for decades. And today, we're bringing you the top 7 fruits that can help prevent a heart attack after age 60, using powerful research from trusted U.S. sources like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and the National Institute on Aging, NIA. Let's start with a big truth. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for people age 65 and up in the U.S., according to the CDC. But many heart attacks are preventable, and food, real, whole food, is one of the most powerful weapons we have. So what's the secret? It's not just eating healthy. It's about choosing fruits that contain the right mix of fiber, antioxidants, potassium, and heart-healthy compounds that reduce blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation. These aren't fads. This is science-backed wisdom rooted in decades of American research and supported by programs like the DASH diet and the MIND diet, both promoted by the NIH and CDC, to reduce cardiovascular risk in older adults. So let's begin with fruit number 1, berries. This includes strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These tiny fruits are loaded with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help relax blood vessels and lower blood pressure. A 2019 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed blueberries daily had improved blood vessel function within just 8 weeks. Blueberries, in particular, have been featured in the USDA's list of superfoods for seniors. Their high fiber and vitamin C levels support heart rhythm and reduce oxidative stress, 2 big factors behind aging arteries. Fruit number 2, apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away is more than a saying. It's backed by data. According to a long-term study from the Framingham Heart Study, older adults who regularly ate apples had a 20% lower risk of cardiovascular events. Why? Apples are rich in soluble fiber, particularly pectin, which helps reduce LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. They also contain polyphenols that improve endothelial function, meaning they keep your blood vessels smooth and flexible. Plus, apples are easy to digest and available year-round in the U.S., making them a practical choice for older adults on a fixed income. Fruit number 3, avocados. Yes, it's a fruit, and it's one of your heart's best friends. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that raises HDL, the good cholesterol, and lowers LDL. According to a Harvard study published in 2022, people who ate 2 servings of avocado per week had a 16% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. Plus, avocados are full of potassium, which helps balance blood pressure. The National Institute on Aging specifically recommends potassium-rich foods for older adults struggling with hypertension. And with their creamy texture, avocados are perfect for those with dental issues or who need softer foods. Fruit number 4, bananas. Simple, sweet, and underrated. Bananas are best known for their high potassium content, which directly helps control blood pressure by reducing the effect of sodium in your diet. A CDC report on hypertension in older adults consistently highlights potassium as a key nutrient of concern for seniors. Bananas are also easy to digest, portable, and help regulate heart rhythm thanks to their magnesium and vitamin B6 levels. Many cardiologists recommend them as a daily fruit for patients over 60, especially those on diuretics, which can deplete potassium levels. Fruit number 5. Pomegranates. This ruby red fruit is loaded with polyphenols and nitrates that improve blood flow and reduce plaque buildup in the arteries. A clinical study in clinical nutrition showed that drinking pomegranate juice daily significantly reduced carotid artery thickness in older patients with high cholesterol. That's a fancy way of saying it helped clear up clogged arteries. The antioxidants in pomegranates also help reduce oxidative stress, which damages cells as we age. The NIA has promoted polyphenol-rich diets in its aging and nutrition guides, especially for those at risk of atherosclerosis. Fruit number 6. Oranges and other citrus fruits. Citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, be careful with meds, and lemons are rich in vitamin C, potassium, and flavonoids. These work together to strengthen blood vessels, improve circulation, and lower blood pressure. A large study from the University of California found that older adults who consumed citrus fruits daily had a 15% lower risk of heart attacks over 5 years. Oranges also contain hesperidin, a plant compound shown to reduce inflammation and improve arterial stiffness, a key issue as blood vessels age. Fruit number 7. Grapes, especially red or purple. Grapes are packed with resveratrol, a compound also found in red wine that has been linked to heart protection. A 2020 meta-analysis published by the NIH found that resveratrol helped reduce systolic blood pressure and improved endothelial function. Grapes also contain natural nitrates and antioxidants that help with cholesterol balance and circulation. Red grapes in particular are often recommended for older adults as a snack that's both delicious and powerful for heart health. So we've covered the top 7 heart-healthy fruits: berries, apples, avocados, bananas, pomegranates, oranges, and grapes. But let's go even deeper, because knowing which fruits to eat is only the first step. What truly matters is understanding why they work and how you can weave them into your everyday life, especially when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults face a unique set of cardiovascular risks: slower metabolism, stiffer arteries, and more sensitivity to blood pressure fluctuations. That's why their nutrition guidelines emphasize what they call the ABCs of healthy aging: antioxidants, blood pressure support, and cholesterol management. These fruits hit all 3 pillars beautifully. Let's talk antioxidants first. These are the protective molecules that guard your heart from damage caused by free radicals, those unstable compounds that increase with age, stress, and exposure to environmental toxins. The CDC notes that oxidative stress is a major contributor to atherosclerosis, the hardening of the arteries that leads to heart attacks. Berries and grapes loaded with anthocyanins and resveratrol directly combat this stress. They don't just fight disease, they reverse damage at the cellular level, something even most medications can't promise. Now let's talk blood pressure. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer because it has no symptoms, but quietly damages arteries over time. It's one of the top causes of heart attacks in Americans over 60. But fruits like bananas, oranges, and avocados are nature's blood pressure regulators. Their potassium content helps your body flush out excess sodium and reduces pressure on artery walls. The DASH diet, developed by the NIH and promoted by the CDC, emphasizes potassium-rich fruits for this very reason. According to a large NIH study, Seniors following the DASH plan lowered their systolic blood pressure by 11 points in just 30 days. Now on to cholesterol. Apples, avocados, and citrus fruits help reduce LDL, the bad cholesterol, while supporting HDL, the good kind. Soluble fiber in apples binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and pulls it out of the body, while the plant sterols in avocados naturally lower cholesterol production in the liver. Even citrus fruits like grapefruits and oranges contribute by containing naringenin, a flavonoid that regulates fat metabolism. These changes aren't just theory, they show up in blood tests often within 6 to 12 weeks. But we know information without application is just noise. So how do you make these fruits a part of your day in a way that's affordable, sustainable, and enjoyable? Let's bring this home with practical examples. If you live on a fixed income, frozen berries are a cost-effective substitute for fresh ones. Same nutrients, longer shelf life, and no waste. Add a half cup of frozen blueberries to your morning oatmeal, which is already heart-friendly, and you've created a double shield against cholesterol and arterial damage. For lunch, slice an apple and eat it with a tablespoon of peanut butter. That pairing gives you heart-healthy fats, fiber, and protein. For an evening snack, try a few cubes of avocado mashed on a whole grain cracker or a banana sliced over plain Greek yogurt. Want something refreshing? Mix a splash of 100% pomegranate juice with sparkling water and a squeeze of lemon. It's like heart-healthy soda. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Even just adding one of these fruits a day can have measurable effects over time. According to the CDC's National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, older adults who consumed 2 to 3 servings of fruit per day were 37% less likely to suffer a cardiovascular event than those who had less than one. That's not a small number. That's lives saved, hospital visits avoided, and peace of mind gained. And if you're someone who's struggled with weight or blood sugar, you might worry about fruit being too sugary. But most of the fruits we listed have low to moderate glycemic index scores, meaning they release sugar slowly and don't spike your blood sugar. The fiber in apples, berries, and grapes slows down sugar absorption, making them safe even for people with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes. In fact, the American Diabetes Association recommends these exact fruits as preferred choices for older adults managing both heart and glucose concerns. It's also worth noting how these fruits protect not just your heart, but your brain too. The MIND diet, a hybrid of the Mediterranean and DASH diets, was developed by researchers at Rush University to reduce Alzheimer's risk. What's one of the top food groups in that plan? You guessed it, berries. In a major study published in Annals of Neurology, older adults who ate berries at least twice per week delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. That means better memory, sharper thinking, and longer independence. And this matters, because heart health and brain health are deeply connected. What's good for your arteries is good for your mind. So by adding heart-healthy fruits, you're not just protecting yourself from a heart attack. You're investing in your ability to think, feel, and live fully. So let's pause and ask the real question. What's actually stopping most people over 60 from getting the fruit their heart needs? For many, it's habit. For others, it's cost or just feeling too tired to plan meals. But what if we told you that the smallest, simplest changes, like adding banana to your breakfast or tossing grapes in your bag, could help prevent the heart attack that keeps you up at night? That's not just wishful thinking. It's backed by over 2 decades of U.S. public health research. The CDC's Healthy Aging program highlights daily fruit intake as one of the most powerful habits for reducing chronic disease, yet more than 60% of Americans over 60 still fall short. But here's the encouraging part. Fruits don't require cooking skills or complicated recipes. Just wash and eat. If cost is a concern, frozen berries or store-brand pomegranate juice still pack the same punch. Folks like Nancy from Iowa, age 68, make berry compote for toast, while Harold in Atlanta, 72, blends banana and avocado into pudding. These aren't chefs. They're everyday people like you, using fruit to protect their heart, stretch their budget, and even enjoy what they eat. Start with a simple 7-day plan: oatmeal with blueberries, apple with peanut butter, avocado toast, orange slices, frozen grapes, a pomegranate spritzer, and a minty berry salad. That's 1 week of loving your heart with your fork. No pills, no side effects, just real food. Remember, the National Institute on Aging says nearly 80% of cardiovascular disease is preventable. These fruits aren't just good, and they're practical tools for independence, dignity, and energy. They help your heart beat stronger, your brain think clearer, and your spirit feel more alive. Even more beautiful? Fruits often come with shared moments: snacking with grandchildren, grocery trips with a friend, or a quiet meal that reminds you you're still here and still thriving. You're not just extending life, you're improving the quality of your years. So if you've ever lost someone to heart disease or felt your own health slipping, this is your chance to fight back. With joy, with choice, with fruit. You're not too late. You're just getting started. At the 60 Plus chapter, we believe in creating a life you love, mainly after 60 plus age, where not much people and supports are with you. Every story we share is meant to bring hope, knowledge, and tools that help you live better, not just longer. We are here for you, and we'll keep bringing you real stories, practical tips, and trusted advice every day. Don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to listen, or if it simply gave you hope, please take a moment right now to click subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to us. It helps us reach more people like you, and it keeps the 60 Plus chapter channel going strong. Let's grow this beautiful community together.